Was she affected by the tornado? I know Miss Lewis Wall said that she was stuck in her car, but no major damage, so that's good. Y'all forgive me, I'm looking to pull up the agenda. That's what happens when you don't have it at the top of your email. There we go. Okay. So, did we get Miss Tanika on yet? Miss Kanika?
Good evening.
There we go. There's Miss Kanika. Hey, Miss Harper.
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. I was just asking the question. I understand. Were you impacted by the tornado?
I was.
Is
Still
there, any,
am.
is there anything? Call me offline. Let me know what we can do to help you. All right.
Okay, will do.
Okay. Well, we have a quorum. Is our commissioner on? I'm looking.
I'm locking right to it.
Okay. Barbara, do we have the commissioner on?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm here. Yes.
I forgot. I told you last time we met it was that hair. You threw me off.
It is I. It is I.
All right. Well, it is 5:04. We do have a quorum, so we are going to call the June 17th, 2025 meeting of the Detention Facility Oversight Board to order. I am going to call the roll, and I am happy to do that. Board Member Darm.
Present.
Board Member Lewis Walls.
Present.
Board Member Gay.
Present.
Board Member Harper.
Present.
And Board Member Gray, present. We have 5 people. We have a quorum, so thank y'all so very much. Can we get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
It's been moved by Board Member Gay, seconded by?
Second.
Seconded by Board Member Dom. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Contrary, nay. Motion carries. Barbara, you tell me if I need to have any voice roll call votes on this. I'm just going to try to move as quickly as I can without violating any policies, procedures, ordinances, rules, laws, etc., and etc. So we're going to try to move on. But Barbara, keep me focused. We need to approve the January 14th minutes. And with the minutes, I know we're going to need your roll call vote on that, on both. So January 14 minutes, is there a motion to accept the minutes?
Okay.
Is there someone that wants to move it?
So moved.
All right, it's been moved by Mr. Gay. Is there a seconder?
I second.
Seconded by Ms. Lewis Walls. All in favor of approving the minutes of January 14th, indicate. I'm going to do a quick roll call. I think I have to do that.
And Chair, when voting, if everybody could turn their cameras on, that.
Okay. So I don't have to do the roll call if they turn the cameras on?
No, it's in the sunshine law. They need to be, you need to see them to vote.
I knew that. I was just messing with you. All right. For the approval of the January 14th minutes, Board Member Don.
Aye.
Board Member Lewis Walls.
Aye.
She's in her car. She's on her way home.
Yeah, I'm driving here, so.
Okay, we don't want you to have an accident.
No, I don't want one.
Board Member Gay.
Aye.
Board Member Harper.
Aye.
Chairperson Gray, aye. Motion all opposed, none. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Approval of minutes from February the 11th. Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
All right, it's been moved by Mr. Darm, seconded by
I second.
Seconded by Ms. Harper. All right, all in favor of the motion to accept the minutes of February the 11th, we will do roll call. Mr. Darm.
Aye.
Ms. Lewis Walls.
Aye.
Mr. Gay.
Aye.
Ms. Harper.
Aye.
Okay. Okay. And Chairperson Gray, aye. It is majority motion has been approved. Chair's report. The only update that I have, I did reach out to the mayor's office to inquire about the replacements for the board. We understand that we've got 4 vacancies and we have board members who are serving past their term. I spoke to, we're going to ask, we're going to ask if you are not speaking, if you would go on mute, or if we can put folk on mute, we can get through this. And so I did reach out to the Deputy Chief of Staff, Emily Theus, Thehenhaus. And I basically just told her that we're going to be having a DFOB meeting, wanted to know if the mayor has given any thought or effort to filling the DFOB vacancies. Currently, we have 4 vacancies with 5 people on the board, which is required for a quorum. I appreciate any information on the status of appointments that you can provide. And the Deputy Chief of Staff said, thanks, Reverend Gray. We actually just met with Dr. Million this afternoon about those vacancies and other ways of supporting the DFOB. And I appreciate your understanding about the meeting. We are remarkably short-staffed right now and wish we could have been able to respond sooner. Is your hope that the mayor can join a standing meeting of the, no, we don't want all that. That was different. That was a second request. Anyway, that's the response. They are aware that we are short 4 people. They are in communication with our commissioner. We do understand that because of the tornado, the city's basically been turned upside down. But I just wanted the board to know that I did impress upon the mayor's office, and I'm sure our commissioner did. We have a quorum of 5. We only have 5 people. If one person doesn't show up, we cannot conduct the business of the board. And so we're at least on record with the mayor's office as a board. And although we want the mayor to give her full and utmost attention to the devastation that this tornado has caused, we also understand that everyone is working hard to continue to make sure that the business of the city moves forward. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I do not have an update on training and orientation. I'm hoping in the commissioner's report, she will give us that information.
Can I ask a quick question about the additions to the board?
Yes, please.
Am I correct in assuming, so the mayor would sign off after the Public Safety Committee has requested approval from the mayor's office? Have all of those that had applied already gone through the Public Safety Committee? Because that's a Board of Aldermen issue, not a mayor's office issue.
There are 2 different categories of board members. The Public Safety Committee does appoint DFOB members. They appoint 3. The mayor's office appoints 6.
Got it.
Right. And so you're correct, though. All appointees have to go through a process with public safety and then with the Board of Alder people and then the mayor. So you're absolutely right. What I don't know, Mr. Gay, I don't know where we are in the process at all. Nor do I know if any names have been submitted by either the Public Safety Committee or the mayor's office. And that's what we're trying to find out. We're just, we're trying to find out. Listen, we know that names were submitted. People have been telling us, we submitted our name. And so hopefully the commissioner will be able to find out where we are in the process. Is that okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Reverend Gray,
Yes, ma'am.
Director Dace provided a recommendation for the DFOB board, and we provided that information to the person in the mayor's office. I know his first name is Sean, who's handling board and commission appointments.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this, and I'll move on. So, Commissioner, could we leave that to your efforts to follow up with Sean and the mayor's office to see where we are, and then you can let board members know. There are a few of us who are serving past term, and I know that at some point after we at least get a couple more board members on, I'm prepared to relinquish my position as chair because we've got some very able people on this board that can handle that responsibility. And if the Public Safety Committee deems appropriate, I wouldn't mind staying on at least a year to help with transition. But I'm waiting on at least 2 more people to come on so I can do a handoff. So whatever, if you can assist us in following up with that and letting us know as soon as as soon as we have some movement on that.
Certainly, happy to do that.
Thank you. And I guess the last thing for me on the agenda, the follow up on the work plan. Do we need? Has the work plan been made public, Commissioner? I understand that was part of the requirement that it would be made public. It would be however the city makes things public on the city's website or whatever. People would have an opportunity to give input or make comments. Have we done that? Are we finished with that?
Good question. I believe the work plan has to be approved by the board. I'm not sure that step has been taken, but once we have it approved, then we can follow up and post it.
Okay. So we have 5 board members on now. So we do have a quorum. The work plan has been in our possession for some time now. I know I've had a chance to look at it. Do any board members have any questions regarding the work plan? Because we are going to have to move forward to approve it so that it can follow its process. So do any board members have any questions to the commissioner, to any of the staff as it relates to the work plan? Excellent. I had a drill sergeant in the Army that used to say, there shouldn't be any questions because I think I made myself perfectly clear. The work plan is pretty clear. And then we were afraid of the drill sergeant, so that was the other reason. So can we get a motion from a board member to approve the work plan so that it may be advanced through this proper process? Is there a motion to approve? All right. It has been moved by Ms. Lewis Walls. Is there a seconder?
I second.
It has been seconded by Ms. Harper. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to approve the work plan, please indicate. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I get in trouble when I don't call the roll. All right. Board Member Darn.
Aye.
Board Member Lewis Walls.
Aye.
Board Member Gay.
Aye.
Board Member Harper.
Aye.
And I vote aye, so it is unanimous. Commissioner, we can move forward with the process of getting the work plan out to the public. And
Wonderful.
what I'll do now is I will turn it over to the commissioner, because I think that the graduation has already taken place. But if Commissioner, if you want to give an update on that, I will turn it over to you for your report.
Okay. Thank you, Reverend Gray. In regards to the mission statement, we provided the current mission statement to the city alderpersons, the COB, and also DFOB, as well as our staff early in the year. And we were requesting that individuals respond to 8 questions that were focused on a compelling new vision statement. The results were compiled, and we were able, at the suggestion of one of our staff members, Candace, suggested let's compile all the responses and use artificial intelligence to see what the recommendations would be for our vision statement. So AI generated 3 vision statements. Actually, there were 2 categories of vision statements. One category focuses on encouraging transparency and building trust with the community. And the other 5 recommendations were focused on responsibility to the public, a desire to build trust, and transparency. So we have these recommendations. We presented this to the Civilian Oversight Board at their meeting on yesterday. So we are now at the point where we need to finalize what the vision statement is. I don't believe in the materials that we provided to you with this board email announcement for the meeting, the vision statement. I think it might be appropriate, since you probably haven't looked at what we sent to you back in March, to send this document back out to you and then to follow up at another appropriate time to get your comments before we finalize the vision statement. So we will go ahead and get that completed for you. Every month I am sending to you a written commissioner's report. So you should have my May report as well as the report up to May. We have just requested that going forward, that we will have written reports from our investigators as well. You're going to hear tonight about providing an update about investigations, but we will be providing to you a written update report from our investigators beginning in June. On complaints and investigations, I would like to call on Louisa to present to you information regarding the investigation process. Louisa.
Good evening, everyone. Most of you have heard a little bit about what the investigation process involves, but for those who do not, when a complainant contacts our office, either in the mail, through email, or in person, that individual's complaint is put into our system. And when we receive that complaint, it is reviewed by the investigative staff. And the investigator does what we call a reasonable inquiry, a professional inquiry. That means that what we do is we contact the Division of Corrections, the administrative staff, let them know that we have received a complaint and the nature of that complaint. We also attach a copy of the complaint itself, the original complaint itself. Along with that, with the complaint and notification, we also put together a work product within our office that's internal looking at the documents that we be requesting to, in case of, we're able to do it in complete investigations, things like the IJMS, and that's the Integrated Jail Management System. That's the system in which when an individual comes into the jail, it documents they're there. They also, it tells what housing unit they're in. They give for certain information about them for their age and what they're arrested for, if they have any medical issues, things of that nature, who their contacts are. And so as they move throughout the system, the integrated jail management system is something that we would ask for the report pertaining to that individual. If there's a medical situation, we'd ask to get the medical report. However, to get the medical report, we would have to get the detainee to sign authorization to get that information. We'll, if an incident occurs, we're asking for, above all, the opportunity to talk to the detainee. As it stands to date, in order to talk to the detainee, we have been instructed that we would have to get the detainee's assigned attorney's permission to do so. We have been fortunate enough to have contacted the public defender's office, and they have responded on several of the detainees, giving us permission to talk to the individual. And on more than one occasion, the attorney has actually came to the jail and was actually there during the interview with us and that individual. When we do have an opportunity to interview the individual, like I said, we'll be moving forward, asking for documentation from corrections. So we have a compiled list, like I said earlier, asking for witness statements, IJMS, medical records. We're also asking to see the camera footage within the jail, asking for telephone calls. Depending on what the circumstances are for the complaint, some complaints will probably be able to be resolved easily, because a lot of times when we do contact the jail, the administrators are able to address the issue immediately. It can be something as simple as someone saying, I have not received a phone call, been able to phone call to my family members. And what our staff would do is contact the administrator and say, hey, we have an individual, before whatever the circumstances may be, they have not been able to speak to a family member, and they have made those situations possible. Same thing with medical situations as well. Our staff has also been very proactive in contacting corrections, and on more than one occasion, they have also made sure that the individual receive their medication in line with their policy and procedure. So we have been able to expedite several incidents. However, our staff has also interviewed quite a few people, and I think approximately 5 or 6, and that may not seem like a large number considering the number of complaints we receive, but we're moving forward. We do have monthly meetings with the Division of Corrections. We did not have one this month in light of the situation with the tornado and everything, but hopefully next month we will be. And Commissioner, we just received an email today stating that they're allowing a tour of the jail on the 23rd. So for those of you, the board members who may not have looked at your email, there's a tour scheduled for the 23rd of this month. So when we do meet with them, we're giving them we're going to give them a compiled list of those we have had information, an opportunity to interview, and asking for the additional information. Our goal is to be able to have a conversation next month that's not repeating the same thing I've been saying for the last 5 or 6 months, that we can actually say we have some completed investigations have been conducted.
Amen. Great. Madam Commissioner, may I ask just a couple of quick questions? First of all, again, y'all already know how I feel about the staff. We've been together for about 3.5 years now. So Miss Louisa, you know how much respect. 2 quick things. The tour, some of us have been on all of them. It would be helpful if the Commissioner of Corrections would just maybe give a little bit more indication or information as to tour to do what? Is it just a tour just to look at, to do what? I mean, so I think that if the Commissioner of Corrections can provide a little bit more information, I think, particularly for me anyway, I can't speak for all of the board, and I don't try to, but for me, I like to know what it is I'm going to look at, what kind of access will we have as board members once we get in? If they're just going to take us down to an empty laundry room and an empty cafeteria and an empty floor, been there, done that. So I think that would be helpful. And then the only other thing is, I'm encouraged by what you just said. If you, with your background and expertise, is able to say to us as a board, we're moving, then I'm encouraged by that, because I know you have been pretty straightforward when we haven't been moving. So I appreciate you saying that. And just to clarify, so there have been lawyers who have agreed to allow their clients to speak to DFOB staff, and those lawyers have been present. I just want to be clear. Is that what you?
We've had a couple of the attorneys who were actually present when the detainee was interviewed.
Okay.
There was on one occasion, it was when Answar May and Ruby Bonner, they interviewed a detainee and he was there. However, under those circumstances at the time, they put them in a visiting booth, and the visiting booth they put them in was the one that has the recorded telephone. Yeah, that was not a good look. Recently, we had an opportunity to go and interview a detainee, and they put us on the, I think, the third floor in the multi-purpose room. So we was able to be eye contact, be in the same room with the individual, and the attorney was there at the same time. I want to say this, and I'm going to give a shout out to the investigators, because I would not be able to give the report I have, and I would not feel confident that we're going to be able to do something. And I know some people do not feel that way, but I've been around for a long time, and I know we have 2 staff members who, well, really 3, but two in particular who come from corrections. They've had numerous amount of years there as in supervised position and as lieutenant. We have Answar May, he comes from corrections for probation role. We have Reddick Hudson, he comes from the police department, so does Marco Lester. So we have a small group, and if we were able to get everything we should be getting according to the ordinance, I know we'd be able to make a change. And so, although we're not getting what we need, we're going to be very proactive and very aggressive in asking for this information. Like the commissioner said earlier, I will be generating a report to the DFOB, and it will be a comprehensive report being very detailed on what we have been doing and how many individuals we've sent letters out to for the attorneys, how many responded, how many interviews we've had an opportunity to do, and also putting a compiled list together on the information without giving their names, giving information that we're asking for on these complaints, and what the response has been from the Division of Corrections, as well as from the attorneys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Luis and Commissioner. Very thorough report. Do any of the other board members have any? I'm sorry. Can board
Reverend
members?
Gray.
Yes, ma'am.
If I may.
Yep.
I do want to point out a couple of things. The Director of Public Safety, Director Dace, weekly convenes all of the commissioners. And at the meeting today, it was announced by Commissioner Burris that they have established a contract with an organization that is going to put a library. They're going to build the library into the City Justice Center. The library will include self-help books and books of another category of books that will be very helpful to the detainees. The other thing I'd like to report is that we were invited to attend the Prison to Prosperity P2P graduation at CJC, which was held on May 27th. There were probably around 25 men who were able to provide to the audience information about the leadership, development, and opportunities that many of them have received since they have been enrolled in various programs at CJC. Additionally, there was recognition by the good work that has been provided by the Slate organization regarding job training and assistance. 5 of the inmates have already been placed in employment. So we're seeing a lot of positive movement regarding CJC. And I've not taken a tour. I've been to a few meetings at CJC, so I'm looking forward to going to that tour on Monday.
All right. Board members, do you have any questions regarding the graduation update, the commissioner's monthly reports, or the update on complaints and investigations? Any questions from board members? Okay.
I have a question. I don't believe you touched on it, but it is just another update on the next dorm rep meeting. I know with the tornado and everything, everything's been, off centered, but do we have any idea when that will happen again?
No, I do not. I reached out to them to find out whether they're going to do anything. Last month they didn't have one, and this month I don't know if they will or not. But as soon as I find out, because I always ask them to give at least a good 10-day notice, because some of you have job, all you have jobs to work, and so you have to make arrangements for that to attend. I know Ms. Harper, you had an opportunity to attend one of the dorm rep meetings, and I'm sure you found it to be enlightening, because the type of complaints that we receive, that's exactly what they talked about during the dorm rep meeting. And unfortunately, there were some complaints they've had for years. So, and the same complaint repeatedly. So it's good to know that things are moving in a different directions in some things. And I would like to say that I had an opportunity to attend the graduation as well, and 2 other investigators, and it was very nice to hear them say that that the experience made them look at life a little bit differently in a lot of ways, and to hear them say that they found employment that was you could see the look on their faces. You'd have to be there to capture that feeling that they had, but it was very positive.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, Madam Commissioner, you still have?
Yes, Reverend Gray, we are scheduled to meet with St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department twice on the second Monday of each month. And this month, due to vacations, a medical concern, a schedule change, we did not have that meeting. But we are looking forward to the meeting schedule on July the 14th. I think that's the second Monday in July. Police Chief Tracy has been communicating in writing to provide us any updates that might be transpiring regarding the stays. Received communication from him today, and unfortunately, I could not put my hands on that information just before our meeting. But the other thing included in that report was him indicating, I wish I had it in front of me, but nothing should be happening to the Civilian Oversight Board. So we appreciate their assistance at our roundtable program. Chief Tracy attended that program, as well as about 3 other officers, including Lieutenant Harris. And Lieutenant Harris, I believe, Louisa, is he with the Special Investigative
Lieutenant
Force?
Harris is the supervisor over the Internal Affairs Unit.
Thank you, Louisa.
Right.
So we're having cooperation with them as well as the City Justice Center. We had a wonderful training that was provided by Jamala Rogers. And that a training just occurred a few weeks ago. I don't have that date in front of me. We had about, I think it was 31 people.
Wow.
If Candace is on the phone, she can clarify this, but we had quite a few people who were attending that training. The training was on the history and relationships between people of color and the police department. And Miss Rogers actually, okay, Uswan was at the training and also Kanika was at the training. And some of our COB members were at the training. So if they have comments about the training, now would be a good time for them to state that. And then regarding our reports, let me call on Dotlin to provide an update on our written reports.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The annual accountability and combined quarterly report for 2022 to the third quarter of 2023. Those reports were published and posted simultaneously on the DFOB website. We're currently working on the final drafting of the fourth quarter for 2023. So that report should be coming out shortly, hopefully. And I'm also gathering and cleaning data for 2024. I want to remind the board, DFOB board, of a report per the ordinance that is due on August the 1st. Ordinance number 71749, section 9F talks about an annual oversight report that must be prepared in writing by each board. So DFOB board members will need to prepare an annual oversight report that describes the programs, initiatives, projects, and routine and ongoing tasks that was undertaken in fiscal year 2024. Fiscal year 2025. That fiscal year started in July 1st of 2024 and will end the end of this month, June 30, 2025. So that report need to capture all the programs, the initiatives, projects, routine, and ongoing tasks that were undertaken according to your work plan. I understand we didn't have a work plan at that time, so I'm not sure how that project is going to be undertaken. If there are any data that needs to be looked at, analyzed, and probably chart, I'll be happy to do those for you. And the department, of course, is here to support and help to get that report completed. That report, with the assistance of civilian oversight, must be published not later than August 1st of each year on the city's website. There
Okay.
is also, the ordinance indicated also that the board may supplement the annual oversight report by such periodic reports as it sees fit.
So I have a question. I understand everything. The supplement, when you said that the ordinance allows us to supplement the annual oversight report with, would you repeat that? So supplement it with what? With the other reports, the quarterly reports? Just
It didn't
clarification.
spell it out, but I'm assuming it would be other reports. It says the COB or DFOB may supplement the annual oversight report by such periodic reports as it sees fit.
Okay.
So I'm assuming since we didn't have a work plan that was specifically outlining what the projects was going to be, we probably could just capture what actually happened
Okay.
or what would seem appropriate that would fit those guidelines per the ordinance.
I got you. I follow you. Any board members have any questions regarding the annual accountability and combined quarterly reports and the presentation that an annual oversight report is due prior to August 1st? Any questions regarding that?
None.
Do we have any volunteers that would like to work with me to take a look at this, either to present an annual report and or the supplement thereof? Anybody want to volunteer to work on this project together? I see people looking. Did you say you, Ms. Harper? Ms. Harper, did you say yes?
Yes.
I know. I saw you say yes. I didn't hear it, but I just saw it on your face. She said, anybody else want to volunteer to work on this report? 3 is always good. Two is okay, but 3 is always great. All right, Miss Harper, I was trying to give people that 7-second time to say yes. He knows who I'm talking about, but he didn't say anything, so I'm not going to push him. You must have plans for the summer. He knows who I'm talking about.
Might I add that we have, it's like only what, 6 weeks before it's August
Yeah.
1st. So give and take, if we could get it wrapped up in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Give us time to review and tweak and do whatever is necessary to get it published by August 1st.
So what we'll do, Ms. Dotlin, I'll find out what Ms. Harper's schedule is, and within the next couple, it'll probably be I guess the first of next week, only because Thursday's a holiday. And I don't know her schedule. So once I get Ms. Harper's schedule, I'll reach out to you, and then we'll sit down and work through whatever we need to work through.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you so much. And you're so thorough. I know between you and Ms. Harper, it'll be a snap. All right. Okay.
Once I get through June, I can assist with the annual report.
Excellent. So after June?
Mm-hmm.
See, I knew if I held off long enough, I might get some more help.
I was looking for that button to unmute.
I know. Hey, Miss Harper, I knew if I just held off long enough, if I gave Miss Dotlin just one more minute, all right. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate that.
Welcome.
So that's what we'll do. We'll work out that schedule. Excellent.
Reverend Gray,
Yes, ma'am.
just 2 other things. One
Yep.
of them is the conflict of interest form, and it's been a while since we sent that to you. We will follow up and send the form to you again. But you're aware that when we look at a conflict of interest, we're looking at where potential conflicts or concerns might occur between our office, work of the office, and a board member. So we just need each of you to complete the form. If there is involvement that you have, we're not saying it's negative, but especially in matters related to financial, then we need to have a process, and there is a process in place regarding how we disclose the conflict and recuse the person from voting on any matter related to the organization. I also want to bring to your attention that I have a text message from the chair of COB. And on Saturday, CNN is airing a special program right after Real Time with Bill Mayer. And this is a program related to Sierra's family. The whole story regarding the Cimarron family and their journey to travel to South Carolina to learn of her family's history and the pain of the family. So on Saturday evening, the 21st at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you might want to tune into that program and check out the information about the Cimarron family. Thank you, Reverend Gray.
That's great. I may find out that we're related. I'm from South Carolina, so yes, I'll be looking at that. See, I might see some cousins or something.
Okay.
Public comment. Anyone? Do we have anyone, Answa, who? This is an opportunity for members of the public. We would ask that whatever comments you have, you will confine those to 3 minutes. And we just ask that you would state your name and we'll go from there. Any public comments? Going once. Public comments going twice. This is going to be the shortest DFOB history in the history of DFOB. All right, new business. Any new business? I see that the office will be closed on Juneteenth, as it should. Any other new business, board members? Anything that should be brought before the board? All right, next meeting. So let's go back to the beginning. We had stated, were we meeting the second or the third Tuesday?
I believe it was
remember.
second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday. Could we, board members, go back for consistency's sake to the second Tuesday of the month? I think this will give us time to go back to the mayor's office to see where we are with new board members. It would give Ms. Harper, Ms. Dotlin, Brother Gay, and all of us an opportunity to meet on this annual report. It'll give some board members who are currently on the call an opportunity to give thought to becoming chair and vice chair, because that may be on the agenda for the July meeting. So I just want to give you a heads up that might be on the agenda. So want to give you a heads up that might be on the agenda. My professor in college used to say, if you hear it 3 times, it'll be on the test. So, so it's been my 3rd time. So can we then look at July? Is that what you say? We said the second Tuesday. So that would be July 14th. I'm sorry, July 15th.
Mhm.
Anybody have any objection? July 15th, 5 p.m.
Technically, the second Tuesday in July would be the 8th, but
Oh, my
the
bad.
first is a
I'm
Tuesday.
sorry. That was my fault. That's why you're on the call, James. That's why I begged you to get. Hey, that's why I begged you to get back on the call. I'm sorry. Hey, James said technically. Hey, James, it is definitely technically. So I'm sorry. July the 8th. July 8th. Anybody have any problem with July 8th? Is that too soon based on the fact that we're at the 17th now? Are we good? I'm fine with 8.
I'm fine with the
Any
8th.
objections? Okay. So if there are no objections, Madam Commissioner, we'd like to schedule the next meeting for Tuesday, July the 8th, technically. Hey, technically. Thank you. Hey, listen, James, you were just being so polite. All right. So if there is no other business.
Oh, Chair, are you down as secretary as well?
Oh, so do we have a secretary?
That was Ms. Walker.
We are actually down, right. So you're right. So we're probably looking at, and we'll have a conversation, Madam Commissioner, before the next agenda. But I just want to put folk on notice that more than likely, these positions will be they'll be on the agenda more than likely. Thank you, thank you, Barbara, for reminding us.
Well, you're
All
more
right.
than welcome.
There you go. Okay, so if there's no other business to come before the board, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
It's been probably moved. Is there a seconder?
I second.
It's been probably moved in second. All in favor say aye. Contrary
Aye.
minded, nay.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank y'all. I can't believe it. We did a meeting under an hour. Gosh. All right. Good night, everybody. Everybody be
Thank you, man.
safe.